But Kevin, I assume that a one-time thing, just having that one team meeting where we share the results, isn't going to really lead to much improvement. How can we create a communication system or process that can be effective in getting this message across?
Yeah, Jim, that's what I talk about. Great leaders communicate growth, recognition, and trust. That communication is key. And I like to talk about a rhythm of communication, because I remember in my unenlightened days when I would get dinged on communication on my surveys, and I'd think, what are they talking about? I send out the monthly newsletter, we have an annual report, they all know I have an open door policy. If they don't know something, just walk in my door. I'd push it back and just think, I would point to the handful of things that I would do occasionally to communicate and not understand. A rhythm of communication tells everybody where all the communication touch points are. Now, it's key that the communication isn't just information. It's true communication, two-way. And so my own rhythm, now I say the speed of the company will match the speed of the communication. So if you are in a fast-growing company, or if you want a fast-growing company, you should accelerate the touch points of communication. If you're not growing much and don't care to grow much, you could have a slower rhythm of communication. Now, most of my businesses were growing about 100% a year. They were small, growing to mid-size. It's a pretty fast clip. So I would do a rhythm, just as an example, where I would do daily huddles. 5:05 p.m., all my direct reports and I, if we were physically there, we would pile into the conference room. If you're outside the office, you would dial in, and it was a fast meeting, 10 to 15 minutes. Some people call them a stand-up meeting. Daily huddles at 5:05 to just keep everybody in rhythm with what's going on for the day, if anybody's stuck on any issues. My weekly meetings were Mondays for about an hour. Those were metrics. So it would be revenue recognition, any changes that. I knew my revenue recognition to the week. Leads, pipeline issues, service issues, that was my metrics dashboard. Make sure everybody knew the numbers.
Things we could do something about if we had early warning on it.
Absolutely. You're never more than 5 business days away from knowing some news. And then monthly would be a larger meeting where we would tackle bigger issues, marketing initiatives, redoing our website, whatever it might be, IT. And then I would do quarterly and annual, more like retreats, which were more strategic. Now, the key here is that these would trickle down. So I would have my 5:05 daily huddles, but then my direct reports would do daily huddles with their teams. So again, throughout the organization, the information was flowing down and up, pulsing once a day, once a week, once a month. Everybody knew this rhythm. Great leaders communicate growth, recognition, and trust. So you create this rhythm of communication where your employees know, okay, maybe not, I'm not going to learn something, so relevant to my daily job in every one of these meetings, but it's giving me peripheral vision. It's letting me know what other opportunities are out there, and it's making me feel involved, like I'm part of the team, not just sort of the cog doing my little task force. They care enough to tell me what's going on throughout the organization. So that's really the power of communication.
And it seems like the meetings could do double duty as well. I remember working with the company, and the CEO used the monthly meeting, in addition to communicating the overall themes and strategic initiatives, to do some recognition. He would find people who had specific activities that they had done over the course of the month that contributed to one of their core values. And that was another way to reinforce that ongoing recognition and appreciation of people who were doing the right thing in the organization.
Yeah, I love that idea. I've known some leaders who will start every meeting by recognizing someone. That was sort of their habit, their recognition habit. Others will set up their recognition system, so there's an employee of the month, for example. But the other thing that I think we need to remember so recognition is about making people feel appreciated. Another way to make people feel appreciated is to ask them their opinion, ask them to volunteer. So an idea, you talk about those monthly meetings, a great idea would be to invite someone to lead a session during a monthly meeting, or to cover something, or to lead a breakout. There's different ways to show that recognition in this meeting rhythm. I love that idea of baking it right into your monthly schedule.